How did the morning announcements come to be?
Well, there was an original leader, but he had to leave due to personal reasons, so Baylin and I filled that void and took over.
So originally we were going to be like the producers, the announcements given more of a professional quality with some more equipment. But, things happened and suddenly we were thrust into taking charge of the entire project. And then sort of literally overnight, I whipped together some like transition screens for our 70s themed morning announcements, and we just sort of rolled with that retro theme ever since. Jadyn pitched the idea of like, hey, every semester or term we could do 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, go up every year from that year term.
Baylin and I really enjoy old news broadcasts and analog horror and vintage things in general.
How much work goes into the announcements every day?
So first, our writers write a script. Sometimes it's on the day, sometimes it's a week in advance. It really depends.
The editing side, which is mainly Baylin's side, and then the production, like the sending out and the communication back and forth between teachers or making sure that it appears on Schoology. It's enough work to keep me busy, but not enough to make me hate it.
What are the requirements for your job?
Well, my requirements are to write the script and get it on time.
How do you do your job?
Usually I will be given certain information like the special announcements for that day, and sometimes I just find things on my own, like, what the weather's going to be.
What is your favorite part about your job?
My favorite part is to write the riddle of the day or the historical facts.
Favorite part, probably coming up with the riddles. I usually not come up with the riddles, but I usually get the riddles based on what is special about that particular day. Like, I'll usually look up, like, what day is March 1st, and sometimes, like, National Peanut Butter Day. And I'll try to find a riddle based on that.
What are your priorities for the morning announcements?
Just making sure everyone has a reliable source of information of things going on around the school.
How do you handle challenging situations, such as forgetting an announcement or a conflict with a staff member?
Conflict with the staff member or forgetting an announcement. Normally with that, we just remember to put it in the next announcement. It's not really a huge deal because, sometimes things happen.
Complications with the staff member, we'll just talk to them, explain our side, we'll talk to them, we'll meet in the middle. We'll figure out a solution.
What have you learned this year?
Open communication is the key when it comes to a project such as this, especially between like writers and interviewers. Otherwise, we get misunderstandings, people not knowing what date is which. And that's happened a few times, but we're definitely trying to prioritize that with a lot of initiatives in the announcements.
I've learned a lot of important qualities of, just keeping a level head, trying to just listen to everyone's side of the argument, listen to everyone's opinions, figure out what's best for the whole crew. What I do every time I go back from school, I check the scripts. We have an announcement scheduling document that all of our writers use to schedule what day they want to write for. So right now it's Thursday, which means we're doing Friday's announcements, which means that I'm pretty sure Savannah will be doing today's script. Now, what I do is I transfer all that information onto the Google slide that we use for our announcements. That's where we just kind of drop in the information. I do all the graphic design and the editing. I only have to do that kind of once, and then for the rest of the entire phase, I can just plop in the information on Google Slides from the script. Sometimes if announcements are pretty long, or if teachers input them, but they want it to be for like the entire month, we have an announcement scheduling document where we can say like, hey, this announcement we'll put for Monday and Tuesday every week until, the end of the teacher's desired time frame. And then I just wait for Jane to say his line. We know which line to record with the highlights. So on the script, a blue highlight will be, I say that line, blue is for Baylin. And for Jane, it'll be green. That has no real meaning to it. He's just green. That's how I settle into the night. I get Jane's lines, I get all those slides, and I put them together in in my editing software. And within the span of, it really depends on how many announcements we have, if we have any extra things like movie of the week or song of the week. It can take from like at least an hour to hour 30. If we have an interview, which is a whole other thing to edit, that might be like 2 hours. That's what goes into it every single night. And I edit every single night.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, I hope this continues on. I mean, I hope future, sophomores, freshmen like to take up the mantle, keep this thing alive. I mean, the morning announcements is an important aspect of
keeping information going on in the school.
My plan is to sort of continue like each term with a different style, but instead of like going up like a retro theme, it might be going back or forward. I might do a futuristic announcement. I might do something that's like 1920s black and white Technicolor, something like that.